Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Hey, hi. Hello. Okay, Mark Felton, Productions. My name is Connor. Hello, I like to learn about things. Let's go. I need to start somewhere. A Polish ship saved an English town. Preemptive like. Great channel. My name's Connor. Hello. New England.
In mid-1942, the German Air Force began a new round of bombing attacks on British towns and cities after a hiatus following the end of the Blitz. The new campaign was called the Baedeker Blitz, named after the famous pre-war tourist guidebook. Following a British raid on the historic city of Lübeck in Germany in March 1942, Hitler ordered a retaliatory campaign to be directed at historic British cities, specifically to erode civilian morale by smashing up British history. Between late April and May 1942, the Luftwaffe attacked a series of historic cities, including Canterbury, Norwich, Bath, Exeter and York, causing considerable damage, killing 1,637 civilians and destroying or damaging 50,000 homes, though much improved British air defences saw the Germans lose 40 bombers and 150 aircrew. Not only were the big cities targeted, but a series of smaller towns were also hit, one target being the towns of Cowes and East Cowes on the Isle of Wight on England's south coast. The two towns straddle either side of the river Medina, and in 1942
Hey, Newport.
had shipyards.
Is there a single town in New England that is original that wasn't taken from England?
Towns straddle either side of the river Medina, and in 1942 had shipyards used to repair naval vessels involved with the Atlantic convoys and other important naval activities. On the night of the 4th to 5th of May 1942, at J. Samuel White shipyard was the Polish Navy destroyer Błyskawica. Błyskawica, which means lightning in English, had actually been built by J. Samuel White in East Cowes for Poland, one of two Grom-class destroyers built for the Polish Navy. She entered service in 1937, was very heavily armed and fast. When it became clear that Poland was going to be invaded by Nazi Germany, the Polish government decided to save the two destroyers and also the Vickers-class destroyer Börse, and on the 30th of August 1939 they sailed through the Baltic to Britain, arriving safely at Leith in Scotland on the 1st of September 1939, the very day the German attack commenced. The Błyskawica was soon in action with the Royal Navy, and in early 1940 took part in the abortive Norway campaign, shooting down 2 German aircraft. Unfortunately, her sister ship Grom was sunk. Next, Błyskawica played an important role in the evacuation of Allied troops from Dunkirk, before carrying out convoy escort duties in the Atlantic and the Mediterranean. On the 4th of May 1942, back at East Cowes Yard, where she had been built for a refit, Błyskawica was very vulnerable to attack, being moored up a river. Her captain, Wojciech Franski, had been ordered to remove all ammunition from the ship while in dock, an order that Franski decided to ignore. Slightly before 11 p.m, German pathfinders began dropping parachute flares over Cowes and East Cowes, marking the targets for a force of 160 bombers coming in successive waves. Soon high explosive and incendiary bombs were raining down on both towns, but the Błyskawica opened up a steady and heavy barrage. Błyskawica was very heavily armed compared to most destroyers of the period, having 8 quick-firing 4-inch dual-purpose main guns, 4 40mm and 4 20mm anti-aircraft guns. She placed such a huge volume of shells into the sky over the towns that she actually forced many of the German formations to increase altitude, which reduced their accuracy. At the same time, the Polish crew lit some smoke canisters in an attempt to mask the towns from the planes. For 2 hours, the German aircraft passed overhead dropping bombs, and the Błyskawica's guns became red hot, necessitating sailors throwing buckets of river water over them to cool them down and keep them in action. Some sailors received burns from handling these weapons. but the tremendous barrage was partially successful. Many bombs and incendiaries fell onto nearby marshland, though many did get through. Also joining in the defense of the two towns was a Free French naval unit based at Marvin's Yard, who opened up with machine guns at the German bombers, one French sailor being killed. A 2-hour lull in the fighting now followed, rescue teams desperately searching for people from damaged and destroyed houses. But then at 2 a.m. on the 5th of May, another large formation of German bombers arrived, and another...
I'm always amazed how there can still be unexploded. Just falling into the earth and likely having other bombs explode around it and it still not blow up. And it seems to be not so rare an occurrence, you know, unexploded bombs. I wouldn't let that get to my head, but I'd be a little... Are you ever scared, like, walking around? Never mind.
On the 5th of May, another large formation of German bombers
unlikely,
arrived,
I know.
and another 2-hour battle commenced. When dawn arrived and the last German bombers had departed, over 200 tons of bombs had hit the two towns and its shipyards. Sailors from the Bliskovitzer assisted English civil defense and rescue units in tackling fires and finding trapped people. Though over 70 people had been killed and much damage caused to both towns, it was officially acknowledged at the time that it would have been much worse but for the heroic actions of the destroyer Bliskovitzer and her crew. Bliskovitzer served on in the Allied cause through the rest of World War II, taking part in several actions, notably fighting German destroyers during the 8th of June 1944 Battle of Ushant off the coast of Brittany in France. In 1946, during Operation Deadlight, Bliskovitzer and another destroyer were involved in the scuttling of over 100 German U-boats. Finally, in July 1947, Bliskovitzer arrived back in Poland to be used as a training ship before being modified with Soviet weapons. She would return on friendly visits to England twice, to Greenwich in London in 1962 and Chatham, Kent in 1964. Since 1976, she has been a museum ship in Gdynia, and in 2009 received a visit by Prince Charles and his wife. In 2002, the local communities of Cowes and East Cowes honoured the ship on the 60th anniversary of the German raid, and a Polish warship visited the Isle of Wight on the 70th anniversary in 2012, the mine-layer landing ship ORP Torun spending several days in port. For the 75th anniversary in 2017, the Polish mine-layer ORP Gniezno arrived. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share, and also visit my audiobook channel, War Stories with Mark Felton. You can also help to support both of my channels at PayPal and Patreon. Details in the description box below.
Awesome video as always. Mark Felton, he's great. I was watching a different, completely unrelated history video about Japan in World War II last night, and Mark Felton was in it. You know, he was one of those like, you know, historian commentators, and it made me think of, I haven't watched a video in a while, and it was a good one, as always. Loved it. Hope you're all doing well. I forgot I was so big up here. That's weird. See you guys next time. Bye. Hope you're doing well. Chin up, guys. You'll be good.